But parents know that even our children can pick up on that stress and tension over the campaign and election season. So how do you deal with that? Well, I had a chance to sit down and speak at length with an expert to get her approach to the right way to talk to our children about this campaign season.
What kids are hearing, how would you compare the noise or the rhetoric of this campaign versus previous ones?
I don't think it's in our imagination that the rhetoric is more passionate and the voices are louder this election. But I think one of the things that we need to make sure our kids of all ages understand is that we are supposed to disagree. That is what our country was founded on. And so especially for the younger kids, when they hear some of the passion in what people are saying and in their beliefs, we need to remind our kids that disagreement is not scary. At least it shouldn't be scary, and it's to be expected.
I think that parents should be initiating these conversations with their kids and be proactive about it, or wait for them to come to you with the questions.
That is a great question. I think that we parents encounter teachable moments pretty much every other moment of every single day. And so when we encounter things that we can tell are affecting our kids or piquing their interest, I think we need to address it. If you know that your child is becoming unsettled, it might not be the best idea to have them in the room when you're watching the debates on TV, because that is something that can be unsettling. So use your DVR, watch it on YouTube, decide if your kids are ready. But, if you're going to the grocery store and you see people with the flags representing their candidate, talk to them about it. For our younger kids, if the candidate that we are supporting does not win, we need to make sure that our kids understand that everything in our house is going to be okay, even if you don't think that. Because what kids need from us, one of our first jobs as parents is to keep them safe. And part of that safety is their emotional safety. We need to help them feel secure. And so I think our teenagers start to develop their own opinions based on what they're reading and what they're thinking and who they're talking to. So I think, as always, we need to make sure that we understand who our older kids, upper elementary and older, who they're listening to, what they're looking at on their social media, the kinds of things they're posting, and to have all of those safety discussions about how their digital footprint is forever.
Do you think, both in the long run and for kids' critical thinking skills, is it best for parents to try to tell their kids who they are voting for, who they agree with, and why? Or do you think that parents should just put out the information on both sides and then see where their kids fall?
You get your morals and you get your foundation from at home. And I do think we as parents, we watch our kids. If we see them acting in a way that is not in accordance with what we expect from our family, then we step in and we talk about it. But I will tell you, one of the things that I've tried, and it's been harder this year than other years, is I'm trying really hard to model the behavior that I want to see from my teens. And so where they get all heated and think it's a good guy versus a bad guy, what I try to reiterate to them just from my home is that the people that we love and respect on November 2nd, we will still love and respect them on November 4th. And so I think another big thing that we do at an age appropriate level is we give our kids the language that they're going to need to use at school, whether that's early elementary on the playground. Are you going to get in a fight over Trump versus Biden? Or are you going to just say, hey, I don't want to talk about that. Let's go play ball. We can't expect our kids just to come up with that. We need to give them the actual language, just like we give them the language to use if they're in an uncomfortable situation at a party.
Any other quick thoughts that you want parents to keep in mind as we inch closer and closer to Election Day?
Our kids are listening and our kids are watching all the time. I just know from myself, I want to talk and act in a way that my kids are proud of and that I am proud of.
And that's relevant regardless of whether it's campaign season. Pam, thank you so much for your time.